Hello everyone, my name is Evan and I'm here with the casters and players of SWC2022's America's Cup. First of all, let me welcome the casters. What's going on, Stoic?
What's going on, Evan? Super excited to see what's going to be happening today. What players going head to head with who?
I'm excited too, Stoic. Nicely said, and welcome aboard, make it a bud.
Hey, thanks for having me. I'm also excited to see who's going to be playing who, excited to think through what type of matchups we're going to see, and also excited to see what the players' reactions are going to be as they find out who they're facing.
Yeah, that's right. This is a super rare thing. It's not always that you get to do a live bracket reveal with the players here, ready and willing to react to who they're playing against in the tournament. When we go through the bracket, I'm gonna pick one name from each bowl, and that's who's going to fight each other. And we're gonna continue through that until we filled up our bracket. So let's do this. I'm gonna try my best to make this as random as I can. Okay, so first name here. It's Spires. Let's find out who Spires is going to be fighting. Spires is fighting Dreams Joseph. We got Spires versus Dreams Joseph. Let's start with Stoic. What do you think?
Oof. I mean, Spires really made a big statement in day one, making his way through the first time, not having to go through the losers bracket. So I never want to count out Spires, but Dreams Joseph is an America's Cup champion. I can't help but show favor to Dreams Joseph, even with how well that he played up against El Mimo. So I would give the match to Dreams Joseph, but I think you can never count out Spires.
I mean, I think this is a great battle off the top. I mean, we've seen Spires show some great drafts, and we've seen Dreams Joseph, obviously, with the experience that he's had throughout the years, performing very well. I personally favor Spires, probably 2-1, 3-2-ish, split like 60-40 because of the LDs in the box. And also, when you look at his drafts, you know he's done his homework. Dreams Joseph has that experience. Tough to discount that. Both players are going to do a lot of homework on each other.
So, Spires, how are you feeling about the matchup against Dreams Joseph?
Feeling good. I'm pretty confident. I don't think it really mattered to me, so I would have been confident against anybody.
That's great. That's a good spot to be in. Joseph, how are you feeling?
That's okay.
All right, let's keep going. Okay, good news. I got Raigeki. Let's find out who Raigeki's up against. Raigeki will be fighting Falling Flowers. Raigeki, since we're in the neighborhood, is there anything that you want to add on to that?
Feeling okay. Every opponent's pretty strong in America's Cup, so it doesn't really matter who I play.
We'll start with Stoic again, just like last time.
Raigeki and Fallen Flower. I feel like I give a lot of credit for Raigeki. He took that year off last year. I was really hoping to see him again then. But we see Raigeki this year, and I can't help but give a lot of favor to Raigeki in this match. And the only reason I'm doing this is because the way that loser bracket and day two went with Falling Flower, I can't help but say Raigeki's got a little bit more of an edge here going into this match.
Great, make it a bud.
I mean, I see Raigeki shaking his head saying he doesn't want us to predict him, so obviously he probably doesn't want that. Obviously, we see Ricky stream on Twitch a lot, right? So when you watch your favorite streamer on Twitch, you may be biased to picking him a bit more. So that may be where my bias is. I like the way he thinks through things, I like the way he's built his units, and how the sound Falling Flower takes Molly first pick a lot of times. And I know Ricky hates Molly. So, you know, if Falling Flower uses these units that Ricky hates, maybe Ricky will just be very frustrated and ending up tripping up and stuff. But overall, I'd still have to give the edge to Ricky.
I completely disagree with these two casters. They're clearly biased.
All right, awesome. Let's do the next one. Ready? We got Big V up against Madream D. So let's start with Big V. Big V, how do you feel after that reveal?
It's not good because we played too much the game. Last year and this year we played a lot of game. And also we had friends, so it's not good. Yeah. But it's okay.
All right, Madream D, you are fighting Big V. How do you feel about that matchup?
I don't want to fight Big V again.
I don't want to. I don't want to. So boring.
Stoic, do you want to start us off?
Man, what a fireworks of a match. We dealt with it last year in the final, and we get to beat it again. I did not think we were going to see a very first round with Big V and Madream D. I think this is one of those matches that can go other way. I think there's a lot of people out there would say Big V is definitely going to take the victory over Madream D, but I still think this is anyone's match here. I think this is either one of us. I'm down the middle 50-50.
Yeah, and make it a bud. You said there was a lot of fire in this latter half of the bracket, and this really proves it true. What are your thoughts about this?
I mean, again, you heard the two earlier, they're friends, right? They know each other's play styles. Unfortunate that friends have to play each other's first round, right? That's never a dream scenario. Obviously, the two play very well whenever I fought them on the ladder. I think, personally, it's hard to favor one over the other. If I had to, Big V has, was America's Cup, champion last year. And he's, he beat Thompson this year, 2-0, very convincing win, has a deeper LD pool. So I think that's going to give him a bit of an edge, but obviously the two of them know each other. It's probably going to be a lot closer than we think.
So naturally, that's only going to leave the last two names, which are Zephyr and True Whale, but just for fun, I'm gonna crack open the balls too. Zephyr and True Whale remain. So we'll start with Zephyr. Zephyr, how do you feel about fighting True Whale at the America's Cup?
Oh man, dude, when I hear like the last four, it's a tough one, man. But True Whale, he's one of the greatest players right here, so it's gonna be tough.
True Whale, while you're here, so you're gonna be fighting Zephyr at the America's Cup.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is, right? So, no comment.
Perfect, that's comment enough. Zephyr versus True Whale. Stoic, we'll start with you then.
This is another really big match. Now, I made this call during the El Mimo match, Zephyr match, and I said if Zephyr wins this, Zephyr's going to the final in America's Cup. And I think this is another one of these situations here. If Zephyr takes True Whale in this first match, I think Zephyr takes the entire America's Cup and goes towards World. That being said, True Whale is an extremely tough opponent here. If he gets through True Whale, I think Zephyr has the entire thing.
Make it a fun.
I mean, this has got to be like the dream matchup to see, and unfortunately, it's like something you see in the first round. I mean, when Zephyr came out and basically reverse swept El Mimo, that was incredibly impressive. El Mimo was a juggernaut on the ladder, not something you see often. But of course, True Whale, right? I mean, legend tourney winner, right? Doesn't get better than that. I mean, yeah, it's very difficult to be a legend tourney winner. So this is the first time I'm going to say like it's hard for me to decide who's going to come out ahead. They have very different LDs in their pool. True Whale has deeper LDs, but Zephyr also has, probably a little bit more impactful LDs in the Gianna. It's like a 51-49. It comes down to that extra proc, or that extra resistance.
So my next question is for Stoic and Make It a Bud. Guys, I want to know what your most exciting match. What match are you looking forward to the most? So we'll start with Stoic.
The match I'm definitely looking forward to most is going to be that Big V and Madream D. It's going to be the SWC America's Cup of last year, but as match number one with these two, I'm excited to see what's going to happen here.
Okay, Make It a Bud, same question.
I mean, mine's got to be the Zephyr True Whale one. I mean, it's just the depth of the boxes and the skill level of the two players, some of the highest that I've seen and played against. It's going to be very interesting, and also so where they pick their speed leads and how they prioritize that in the draft order is going to be incredibly interesting to see how they balance that with turn two. As a person who plays the game a lot, I'm going to look forward a lot to see how these two approach this matchup.
I want to thank everybody for joining us here today for the bracket reveal. Travel safe, and I'll look forward to seeing everyone here in New York.
That's how it was last year.
Is it one of these four is going to the World, right? Like this is that half of the bracket?
Yes, I believe that's how it's working.
Holy the second half is stacked, dude. The second half is stacked.
Okay.
No offense to the guys in the first half, but that second half is stacked. All right, sorry.